Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Thursday, September 30th, and this local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer. Beaver Toyota, here to wow you. Should Flagler Beach continue its 4th of July celebration? That's a question that, as we hear from John Arking, remains hotly debated.
A committee appointed by the city of Flagler Beach to investigate the pros and cons of holding July 4th fireworks and other related events in the city met for the second time Wednesday, with the conversation centering on how best to organize the event so it doesn't exceed the city's resources in manpower as well as its budget. When asked his thoughts on the topic, John Lugerai, president of the Flagler Beach Business Bureau, told WNZF the celebration is something they should cherish and find a way to preserve.
I think that it's such a family affair. I think that there's some things that could be more efficient and more organized, and I think that's the core of the issue and some of the safety concerns. I'm looking forward to hearing what all the issues are. I think that we need to go to these ad hoc meetings so that we can really hear what's going on as opposed to hearsay. The City Commission today said that they do not want to take away fireworks. There's just a number of concerns that they want to address. So we are all ears. Everyone raised their hand today in support of the Flagler Beach fireworks. But now, hey, let's get down to business. Let's see what the issues are.
Republican State Representative Paul Renner, meanwhile, said that tradition is absolutely something that's worthwhile, but the core issues can't be ignored.
We should do everything we can to keep that event going. The concerns, though, were real concerns, and that is that the volunteers that they rely on have fallen off because of COVID, and hopefully that bounces back. The extra police that they need to, because you have people from out of town that come in and create some mischief. Those folks, that we need some more police from other jurisdictions. And they're only available if they're available, and these days there are not a lot of police to go around because of the way we treated them, in my opinion. So because of that, there's some challenges to be overcome before we can make sure that that event goes forward.
The committee will meet several more times before making a recommendation to the City Commission January 22nd. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
As Flagler County schools seek to raise impact fees in the wake of what they call future predicted growth, the proposal has raised questions. Flagler County Attorney Michael Sciamento represents developers who are against the hike.
They believe that there is unprecedented student growth, and historical numbers just don't show it. We don't think it's responsible to create an impact fee and a model, and that model is predicated on building new schools and new facilities, which then converts into cost and just passed on. That it's not responsible to just say, this is what we think is going to happen, because when you look at the data, it is polar opposite of what they're saying, believe could be.
Mark Langella with the Flagler County Palm Coast Home Builders Association pointed out,
we pay for these studies. It's a part of the process. The school board actually had a study that had a whole different conclusion as to what the population growth is.
Anna Marie Long from the Home Builders Association says this isn't the first time this has happened.
So in 2004, back when everything was booming, the school board said I think they needed like 11 schools back then. Well, thank goodness that the commission didn't adopt their impact fee at 100% and start collecting all that money, because they built 2 schools in addition, I believe it was. Otherwise, we'd be paying for a lot of empty buildings right now.
The school board voted unanimously to double impact fees, but the Flagler County Commission said hold up, causing the school board to delay hearings on its proposal. Hear from Flagler School Superintendent Kathy Middlestat tomorrow morning at 9 on Free for All Friday on WNZF. Flagler Beach has found a way to minimize pollution from cigarettes. Karen Johnson has more.
According to the National Institute for Health, trillions of cigarettes are smoked annually, making cigarette butts one of the most common types of litter in the world. Due to the materials and toxic substances they contain, the waste gets carried into waterways, like along Flagler Beach. Ken Bryan, Flagler Beach City Commissioner.
And what's happening is that we've done some research and we can actually show, and there's a lot of websites to show where the cigarette butts are getting ingested by the animals, like the birds and the fish, and it actually contaminates those individual animals. And sometimes it's killing them.
Now a grant from Beaches Go Green that's already been helping capture cigarette butts along other beaches is available in Flagler Beach with the placement of 75 receptacles.
And what happens is we're going to use volunteers as well as city staff to empty these receptacles. They go into a bucket. Beaches Go Green will actually come down, pick up these cigarette butts, and then they send them off to be recycled into lawn furniture and things like that.
Bryan says some of the special receptacles will be on crossovers to the beach and along the pier. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
The Northeast's largest restoration supply company that's moving from Connecticut to Palm Coast has seen strong growth over the years. Amy Cherry has details.
Ground Up Vice President Joe Santoro says that growth is evidenced in the company's move from 500 square feet of space to a far larger facility in Palm Coast.
It's exciting and it amazes me every day to see him go from essentially working out of a trailer at swap meets to our first building in Long Island, making our big move to Connecticut, moving to another facility in Connecticut, and now finally this move that we're talking about now to go into the 70,000 square foot facility down in Palm Coast. It's very exciting and it's awesome to be a part of it. And I can't express my excitement enough to get down there to Palm Coast and seeing what we could bring to the table and to the community.
Ground Up's move will bring 30 to 40 new jobs to the area. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
How does the VA help veterans with suicide?
Stephen Weeks is the suicide prevention coordinator with the Gainesville, Florida VA Hospital. He said on a recent episode of Flagler Health Matters that some of the calls to the National Veterans Crisis Line are sent to the local offices so that veterans can get more direct help.
Sometimes it does have to do with thoughts of suicide. Other times it's depression, anxiety. Sometimes it's concerns with homelessness, financial concerns. So we assist them with getting connected with VA staff that can assist them with getting what they need.
Weeks said that the majority of interactions are on the phone, but on occasion, he gets out meeting veterans. Flagler Health Matters is every Saturday morning at 11:30 on WNZF, the podcast available on the Flagler radio app. Tomorrow, veterans getting the help they need. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.